Alright guys, we're going to start with 4 jumping jacks to each wall of the room. I like to start my stretch outs with a little bit of cardio just to get my body nice and warm for all the stretches we're about to do. Next, we're going to do 4 sets of jumping lunges and squats. Take a big head roll to the right for 8 counts. Repeat to the left. Now starting with head isolations. Good, now stretching each part of the neck. Moving on to rib isolations, thinking about isolating your rib cage from the lower half of your body. Good, now we're gonna double time it. Now taking a big side stretch to the right, thinking about lengthening through your spine. Then a flat back position. Then dropping over to your right leg as far as you can. Moving center, we are going to grab our elbows and swing side to side to start releasing these hamstrings. Take an 8 count to roll through the spine slowly to come to standing. Now repeating everything to the left. This time at the bottom, we're going to take a 4 count plie, thinking about keeping our knees over our toes and lengthening through the back of our knees every time. Then grab each ankle and think about pulling your chest through your legs while retaining a nice flat back. Make sure you're still breathing and taking nice deep breaths. Letting go of our ankles, we're going to walk our feet together and take a nice big roll up through the spine again. Reaching up and over, we're going to lengthen our spine and take our hands as close to the floor as we can. You can choose to stay here, or to increase this stretch, bend your right knee and try to touch your nose to your left knee. Then switch this and bend your left knee and try to touch your nose to your right knee. While still breathing, toe heel your feet out to a wide, turned out position. Here we are going to take a 4 count bend in a second position while maintaining our knees over our toes. Think about pushing your pelvis forward while pushing your knees to the back wall to get a nice deep stretch in your groin. Here you're going to squeeze your glutes and lift your arms up and out before dropping your hands down to your knees. Next, we are using opposition to push our right knee away while still pushing our pelvis forward to get that deep groin stretch. Releasing, we're then going to turn our feet in and stretch all the way forward. Here we're going to take 2 8 count plies to bend our knees and stretch our knees before taking an 8 count roll up all the way through our spine to meet standing. Starting with our right foot in front, we're going to reach our arms up and over to try and reach our hands as close to the floor as we can get. Using 4 counts to lift our heel up and down, we're going to shift our weight slightly onto the front leg to increase this hamstring stretch. Now double time it. Flex that front foot and look forward to increase that hamstring stretch even more. Stretching back over, focus on keeping both legs straight no matter how close or far from your leg you might be. As an option to increase this stretch, lift your left hand up towards the ceiling. Next, we are dropping down to a runner's lunge while keeping our knees in line over our toes. Taking a gentle rock back and forth, think about sinking those hips deeper into the floor. You can choose to stay here or put your hands on your front knee to increase that stretch in that psoas muscle and hip flexor. Releasing down, we are going to lower our back knee to the floor and place our back foot in a relaxed position. We then are going to drop our elbows and head down to increase that stretch in that right hamstring. Next, you're going to put your hands on your knee while focusing on sending those hips forward to keep lengthening through that hip flexor. Drop your left hand to the floor while bending the back leg to reach back and grab your left foot to pull it into your bottom to get a nice deep quad stretch. To increase this stretch, drop your left elbow to the floor. Letting go of the foot, push back into a reverse lunge. In this reverse lunge, remember to keep those hips square and that front knee straight before stretching all the way up and over. To increase this stretch, flex the front foot and flatten your back while looking forward to take it even deeper into that hamstring. If you would like, from here we are going to slide that front leg into a nice square split. If you are still practicing getting your splits, no worries. Practice on holding yourself up in your split while keeping both legs straight and sinking lower and lower to the floor. If you are all the way down and flat in your splits, you can flex that front foot or reach up and over to stretch forward on that front leg to increase the split stretch even more. Whether you're in a reverse lunge or a split, you're going to use your arms and abdominals to squeeze and pull all the way up to a standing lunge stretch before rolling all the way up through your spine to meet standing to turn to the left side. Now we're going to repeat everything we just did on the right leg on the left leg. Take a moment to shake out your legs before we start flexing and pointing our feet, thinking about articulating through our ankles and our toes. Reach up and over to your toes in a pike stretch while dropping your head at the bottom. Bend your left leg in, flex your right foot, and reach all the way up and over and grab that right foot. Repeat on the other side. Bend both feet into a butterfly stretch and start flapping those legs to get those hips nice and warmed up. Place your left hand on your left knee to use opposition to push that knee towards the floor while trying to get your nose to your right knee while maintaining a nice flat back. Repeat on the other side. Reach up and over to reach forward in your butterfly stretch while dropping your head towards the floor. To increase this stretch, put both hands on both knees and add a little bit of pressure. Cross your right foot over your left knee and push away for a nice spinal twist. Then try and stack your shins on top of one another to reach up and over your legs for a nice glute stretch. Repeat the entire sequence on the other side. Shake out your legs one last time before opening your legs to a big, wide straddle stretch. Using your rib cage, reach side to side before stretching all the way up and over your right leg for a nice side stretch. Drop your arm down and up to open your chest towards the ceiling before returning to center. Repeat towards the left side. Walk your hands one by one forward as far as you can before flexing your feet for a deep groin stretch. From here, use your arms to pull yourself up as high as you need to try and slide into your best middle split. Be sure to only hold as far as your body allows. Coming out of your middle split position, return to a pike position to shake out your legs. Turn towards the side of the room to use your abdominals to slowly lower to the ground. Reverse this motion and use your abdominals to come back up to a seated pike position. Slowly release to the floor one more time. Roll over onto your stomach and slowly start inching your hands closer to your body. Here we are focusing on rolling our shoulders down and back and stretching each vertebrae slowly, one at a time. Once we've reached the top of our cobra position, arch your head all the way up and back to try and look towards the back wall. To increase this cobra stretch, flex your feet and lift your knees off the floor before stretching up and back towards the back wall. Contract to push back to child's pose while thinking of sinking your hips towards the floor with wide knees. And transition through your cobra position to walk your hands out before slowly rolling onto your back. Every time I finish stretching, I like to lay on my back in Shavasana with my palms open and my feet relaxed to take a few moments of meditation. If you are starting your day with this stretch along, take this time to set your intention for the day. If you are ending your day with this stretch along, take this time to reflect and practice gratitude on something that happened during your day. Either way, take a few moments to close your eyes and relax after all the hard work you've just put into this stretch along. Slowly open your eyes and roll over to one side and make your way to a seated position.